Guys, apologies for the egg breath. Not that you can smell it because well, you're there. Anyway, it is the real Randy Chavez coming out with a stock video. When I say stocks, mostly just talking about Tesla. A couple of things to go over why I'm considering over leveraging myself and buying more, just because, and normally that's not the good thing to do. You want to live beneath your means by living in a one room apartment with, I have some windows, so that counts, I guess. But really, why is because the upside of this, I believe, is so valuable. And again, these are all just my opinions. This is just my what I'm doing. I'm not telling you guys to do it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm buying more Tesla stock whenever I can. I literally have less than $300 in the bank right now because everything's going, again, a couple businesses. I have one business in finance and cash advance. I have one in Pokemon trading cards, and obviously most of what I get from the first business of the cash advance is going into stocks because none of my people are paying me back because of the pandemic and they're not allowed to open. But a couple of things to go over with Tesla. Tesla over Q1, they released some numbers in Q2 about Q1 about how often they have accidents or their drivers have accidents, and they can record this because they have like 8 different cameras on the car. And basically, for Tesla, if you have the safety features on and you have autopilot on, you will, on average, there'll be one crash for every 4.68 million miles driven. Compare that if you have it without autopilot, but with the safety features on, one accident every 1.99 million miles driven, so about 2 million miles. And if you don't have any autopilot and don't have safety on, but you're still driving the Tesla, there's one accident every 142 million miles. NHTSA shows that there is, on average in America, one accident every 479,000 miles driven in an ICE vehicle, ICE standing for internal combustion engine. So Teslas in general are safer with the autopilot or with the safety features on, even safer than that. But with the autopilot on and safety features engaged, it is 9 times as safe to be able to driving in a Tesla or have that Tesla drive you as opposed to driving an ICE vehicle like a Honda, like I have, like myself. But also Teslas are just, even with the crash, you're most times going to be fine. Tesla's very, very good. Now, outside of crashes, there's every once in a while you'll see articles or videos about people really just showing Teslas catching fire. Piece of electrical equipment can obviously be explained by sometimes that happens. But how often is that? And is it still worth it to buy a Tesla even though there is a chance of it going on fire? Going over the numbers, Tesla had, between 2012 and 2019, Tesla reported an average of one fire for every 175 million miles driven. Now, the National Fire Protection Association and the U.S. Department of Transportation shows that for normal ICE vehicles, non-Teslas, there is one fire for every 19 million miles driven. So once again, this is 9 times safer than the ICE vehicle. So that's what I'm doing. Yes, do Teslas catch fire sometimes? Yes. Do they catch fires more than normal ICE vehicles? No. Do they catch fire the same amount as ICE vehicles? Still no. They catch fire much, much less. Regardless of the situation you're in, Tesla is much safer than any ICE vehicle as far as driving and human accidents, or because things just sporadically catch fire. Now that they spontaneously combust, obviously you have a bunch of little micro fires and explosions and gas and stuff in ICE vehicles, and Tesla, again, piece of electronic equipment, maybe things overheat, whatever the reasons are, they're still 9 times safer. So that's why I'm continuing to double down on Tesla. It is making up, I think, 67% of my portfolio. It was 72, and not that I sold one or bought any more, but my other stocks, Fastly, is up like 80%. That company, again, it does edge computing, DDoS, and Fastly is going to be a powerhouse. And similar, Cloudscape, Net is also doing that as well, and they're both fairly even. I had the chance to buy both. My friend Dan told me about them, and I just decided that Fastly just has more opportunity of growth. Their stock was higher in general in the beginning. It's getting, I think, now to the highs that ever 52-week high, whereas Net's wasn't that much. Net has broke its 52-week high. It was like 20. They were both around like 20 something each per share. And Net went up to like 27 Fastly, the one I have, went up to like 37 a share. So again, it increased like 80%, which is fantastic for me. So my I didn't shift anything around, outside of selling my VOO the other week to buy more Tesla. It's just Fastly just grew so much that's like, oh, all right. Will I sell Fastly to buy Tesla? I really don't. That Fastly is the only company that is in my portfolio that is not really innovative. It's not really doing anything crazy, and it's not disrupting the DDoS or edge computing. It's just they're one of the first companies to do it on a big basis. They're publicly traded, and they just have there's a lot of room to grow. So as other countries, like, and not first world countries, second and third world countries get internet, and especially once SpaceX, sets up Starlink and everyone is on it and everyone's using internet, they're going to be able to need someone like Fastly or what I just mentioned, Cloudflare, to be able to help them with that. And there's room to grow. It's not like, that one, there's no town's big enough, not big enough for the both of them. They have room for them and a couple of others. Same thing, like if you're going to buy PayPal or Square, I buy Square because I think they're a lot more innovative and disruptive than PayPal. PayPal is kind of the OG for it, but Square last few years has risen past PayPal's. For as Cash App users, has risen much farther and more quickly than PayPal's Venmo. And they have a lot to offer. That's why I chose them. Again, they're both good companies. One over the other. I'll choose Square all day because the CEO is a genius. Even though Q2 is going to be really rough for them, they're going to have a big loss. But again, the number of Cash App users will grow. And brings me to another one, Illumina and CRISPR. I've said it before. They're both very good companies. And even though Illumina can't change everyone's DNA, CRISPR can. It can change it. But in order to change it, you're going to have to go to Illumina, see what needs to be changed. And they own 70% of that market share. There could be other competitors that'll try to compete with it, but 70% market share, they are such a powerhouse. Illumina, ILMN. It's India, Lima, Mike, November. That's a ticker symbol for it. And then I bought UCO, just like a U.S. Oil stock company. I didn't buy a lot. I bought like 100 shares at the beginning, and then it did that reverse split. So I only have 4 now, so it's nothing. And then just as a shot in the dark, I had a little extra money, $100. I just put on a mining stock. MXSG. It is a mining U.S. company based out of Mexico, and in Mexico it has a couple areas of land where they try to mine for copper and gold and silver, and they're doing around 70 to 80 grand a month, in deposits, and they sold some stock recently just to pay some debts. It's one of those penny stocks worth like 0.002 cents a share, so $100 you could buy like 40,000 shares. So that's just what I did. On the off chance that they hit something, it goes, even $1, it's $40,000. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. That's what I'm doing. That's just what I'm doing. And I know that penny stocks and mining companies, 9 out of 10 times, they don't do anything. They go down, they go, whatever. Anyway, guys, that's just me. Any questions, let me know. I'll talk to you all later. All right, bye.